Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE. It's been another day and another trading day of losses for the local bourse. It also didn't get much joy from the Asian markets, as we saw mixed trading over there. We even saw the Japan Nikkei that had reached a record high in the previous session, taking a pause today. So we are seeing the all-share declining almost 2/3%, with the industrial 25 being the carrier of the bulk of those losses, declining more than 1.5%. Financial 15 shedding there more than 0.5%. But backing the overall trend is the resources 10 complex. They're eking out a gain of more than 0.6%. Let's take a look at what is happening stateside, and we are seeing there quite a mixed picture, seeming that there is a caution in those markets as investors await some economic data points. Of course, tomorrow we do have the final print of the US's GDP figure for the fourth quarter coming through, and then we have the PCE inflation figure, of course the Fed's preferred gauge of inflation, coming out on Thursday. So, of course, those markets seeming quite subdued today after the record highs that we saw last week. S&P 500 relatively flat. The tech-heavy Nasdaq being the only one in the green there, advancing more than 0.1%, and the Dow with a loss there of almost 0.33%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the European markets, and across the Atlantic. We're also seeing that mixed sentiment, but seeming that more green than we saw on the JSE and in those US markets. The FTSE 100 flat, the CAC 40 with a gain there of 0.25%, and the DAX advancing more than 0.6%. Let's take a look at the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. There has been some strength filtering through to the rand today, more than 1% against the US dollar, still above 19 rand though, at 19 rand 8 cents, against the pound at 24 rand 18, and against the euro at 20 rand 69. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing. Starting off with the euro dollar, that's standing at 1.08, pound dollar at 1.26, and the yen just above 150 against the US dollar.